At Big Lots, you've got the freedom to save on the P&G products you love. And right now, when you spend $30 or more, get a $10 Big Lots gift card, too. So go forth and save big at Big Lots.
Summer means cool drinks from your fridge, beach towels from your dryer, and ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. The Home Depot can help you make those memories with special buys on the latest appliances. Get a Whirlpool stainless steel refrigerator, just $448. Plus, up to an additional $600 in instant savings. And you can get your new appliances delivered free. So start summer here. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Continental U.S. only.
Make that long weekend feeling last all summer at Macy's July 4th sale with great specials like 25 to 50% off warm weather essentials, including easy tees and dresses, 40% off sandals, and stock up with 65% off towels and pillows from Hotel Collection, Charter Club, and more. Plus, don't miss Star Money Days now through Sunday. More info at Macys.com/StarMoney and get contact-free curbside pickup at select locations. Find a location near you at Macys.com/stores.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
As humans, we ask ourselves all kinds of questions. But what if we were forced to ask ourselves a question every day that affected the outcome of the most basic things, the most important things in our lives? The question is, what is your sexual orientation or gender identity? And the answer is the difference between keeping your job or getting fired. The answer is the difference between staying in your home or getting evicted. The answer is the difference between receiving medical treatment or not. Because in 30 states, it's legal to discriminate against people based on their answer to this question. LGBT Americans have the right to say I do, but they don't have the same basic rights as everyone else. Get the facts at beyondido.org. Brought to you by the Gill Foundation and the Ad Council.
It's 4 a.m. and you're sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. If you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
To seize the day.
I told my husband, I said, I want a gigantic vision board because I need motivation.
Yeah.
I want to visualize and manifest these things into being. And yesterday he came to me, he said, when are you going to put something on a vision board? I'm sitting there.
Well, there's always tomorrow, Kid Nation. Now, back to the Kid Kraddick Morning Show.
I think this is one of the worst excuses, real quick before we get into the Kid Kraddick Morning Show news, one of the worst excuses given to a wife by a man. A woman in Wisconsin went on a Facebook page, a news Facebook page, and they were talking about wearing masks and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's not a fan of it, she says, because she says her husband caught an STD from his face mask. Yeah.
Really?
She claims he went on a work trip, came back with this STD, and he said he caught it from his face mask.
And what was he wearing it?
And on his face, Al. Yeah, I don't know who he shared it with or how it possibly got on that mask, but and she's definitely defending her husband on this because people are coming on there on that thread and telling her, I don't think that's how he got it.
Dude, that was creative.
My man is blaming his mask.
You know what?
Well, does he have like a cold sore or something? What is he? What symptoms is he displaying?
She didn't really go into detail about symptoms. She just was arguing with people about how masks might not be necessary, and she just went on to say that her husband caught that because of his mask.
Oh my!
Wow, man, that's
just
some thinking.
Death do us part right there.
That's what you call quick thinking on your
That
feet.
is Kim Kardashian level. I got my man's back. Right?
Like, how do you believe that?
Thinking.
Like, your
Maybe
wife.
It was a mask. A damn mask. I tell you. My man was thinking.
Because women have a wifey sense, right? Like, your wifey sense has to be tingling, right, at that moment. Like, something's not afoot here. Something's not right.
Man, if any of my friends came to me and said that they're like, yeah, my boyfriend or husband, because of the mask, I'd be like, girl, you are not smart.
Girl, yeah. Well, he tried, and apparently his excuse worked, at least on his wife.
All right.
Yeah.
But something tells me that she's going to talk to a doctor, and he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught. All right, Kid Nation, well, from that news to our news. Welcome to the Kid Kraddick Morning Show Morning Newscast with Kelly Raspberry, Big Al Mack, Ana Castillejos, Nick Adams, Trey Peart, and part-time Justin. I'm Jose Roberto Angeles Catem Lopez Chavez de Perez, and let's kick off this newscast with Big Al Mack.
Thank you, Chip. Friday was a day of reckoning, a day of judgment. It was the day of the first patio decorating competition at Big Al's new apartment. Now, just in case you didn't know, Big Al has won 4 patio decorating competitions from his old apartments and was confident that he had what it takes to keep the streak going, especially since there seem to be fewer people living in this new building, and maybe since he's getting ready to move, he could stay undefeated, the Floyd Money Mayweather of patio decorating. Well, after the management took a walk through the complex to observe and take pictures, they returned to their office to make a decision. Then there was a knock on Big Al's door. It was the manager with a piece of paper in her hand that said, "Congrats, you've won second place." Second place. Yes, Big Al has been defeated in the patio decorating competition. He was disappointed, heartbroken, and if he hadn't already put in his 60-day notice to vacate, he would have done it on the spot. How could this be? He didn't care. Who won? Who beat him? It didn't matter. His streak of perfection has been broken. Back to you, Chip.
Are you going to blame a mask?
Yeah, was it the mask?
It was the mask,
It was the
man.
mask.
Are you honest, though, when it comes to not wanting to know who won?
You want to know.
I kind of want to know, but I didn't want to seem petty and ask.
You should have asked. Why
petty.
wouldn't you?
I don't know.
What was second place prize?
Let me see.
I know first place gets like $100 off rent or something,
I think
right?
first place gets $150, second place gets $100, and third
That's
place
nice.
gets $50.
You should display that sign on your patio.
Second.
Did you walk the complex trying to figure out who it was?
I did. I think I know who won, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess I could find out. But
You definitely could find out.
Sorry, Al.
place.
I think you won second place, Al, because you're the, you know what I'm saying?
You're not first, you're last, man.
Well, you got one more
Thank you.
chance to redeem yourself, right, before you move out?
No, I think this is
It's over.
This is it.
You
They don't
have
do it
to
every
hang them up?
month?
No,
Nope.
they do it like once a quarter, I believe.
Aw, sorry, Al.
No,
They
Big
didn't
Al's-
invite you back to the old apartment complex to be like a guest judge?
A judge,
or-
yeah.
Yeah, maybe you have to move back to the old apartment because you got sent back down to the lower division.
Right, yeah, I'm back in AA now.
No, Big Al's moving up to the big leagues. He's going to have yard of the month to
Dang
compete
right.
for. That's
Dang
what
right.
you got.
Thank you, JC.
Yeah, you got this, bro. Over to you, Trey Peart.
Thank you, Jose. Independent presidential candidate Trey Peart had a number of engagements over the weekend, meeting with one of the youngest patriots via FaceTime on Friday. It was actually a 3D sonogram, but isn't that just FaceTime for fetuses? Then dinner with the in-laws, where he almost certainly lost the parent vote. Saturday, Trey showed off his baking skills so people would feel like he's a family man, not just a politician. Last year, fellow correspondent Ana Castillejos showed us that doubling the butter in peanut butter chocolate cookies makes them twice as delicious. The same does not apply for every ingredient. The presidential hopeful accidentally doubled the sugar for French bread, which his mouth quickly vetoed. The most recent polls show Trey commanding -4% of the vote. Back to you, Jose.
Thank you, Trey. A local man is okay after being attacked out of the blue this weekend. Jose Chavez was enjoying some pool time with his family at their friend's house who had left town, but allowed the Chavez family to swim at their pool in exchange of watering their plants. The perp must have known the owners were out of town and showed up out of the blue, snuck into the backyard, and attacked Mr. Chavez by striking him in the arm and then dropping dead. The perp was identified as a local bee. 2 young witnesses at the scene claim his name was Bill the Bee, but we could not find any records, and he was squished. Mr. Chavez's entire right arm swelled up over the weekend without having to even do curls for the girls. In more bug news, what was supposed to be a nice relaxing outing has turned into itching hell for a local man. Jose Chavez went for a nice social distancing mountain bike ride and one-wheeling session near a lake during sunset. Mr. Chavez and his friend found a nice area to sit down and chat. The weather was perfect. The Sahara dust storm hooked it up with some cool rings around the sun, and the grass was just the right amount of fluff needed. However, when Mr. Chavez arrived home, he noticed that he had bites all over his legs, and yes, he even got 2 bites in his no-no square area. He has now taken himself out of contention to go to the grocery store because he cannot stop itching those. We caught up with him, and he says, "I'm just glad I'm married because no single girls would ever want to go out with a dude who keeps scratching that area all the time." Mine was pretty, the bee was pretty scary though, guys.
Yeah, you're allergic, right?
I'm allergic to bees.
Oh,
You got an EpiPen on hand, don't you?
So we are at our friend's house, and we tend to have an EpiPen with us at all times just because I'm allergic to bees, and my son is allergic to a lot of things. So I
Not this time, huh?
I try to be suave and put my arm around Kinsey in the hot tub, and I put my arm around her and I rest it down, on the concrete, and I just feel the pinch. I'm like, that kind of hurt a little bit, but what was that?
Yeah.
And as I lift my arm, I see the bee hanging from my arm, and I see Kinsey's eyes go wide, and I go, okay, let's stay calm, let's stay calm, let's stay calm, let's stay calm. We have a few minutes. So she gets up real quick, grabs a credit card, removes it within seconds.
Oh, my.
Which is, I think, critical.
And plus, being in a hot tub, your blood is, that's probably making it speed up, the poison, right?
So I was trying to make sure that my heart rate stayed down so that it wouldn't travel. So the only other time I have been stung by a bee, and this is how I found out I was allergic to them, was in college. We were out in the back playing basketball. Bee landed on my thumb and on my left arm. And I swatted at it. He stung me. First time ever. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It took us about 5 to 7 minutes to get it out because my buddy squeezed it, and then it got stuck in there after he squeezed it, and then we were trying to do credit cards, and then my buddy went and grabbed, he pinched it out. So it was in there a lot longer than this one. And I actually did start feeling my throat close. We called 911. My buddy, thank God, he ran to his room, came back, stabbed me in the thigh with the EpiPen. And I did get relief right away, but the next few days were awful. It's just, my heart was beating. The EpiPen did some work on me.
Yeah.
Well, you're alive, so apparently this has a happy ending.
Yeah.
Right.
So we jump in the car, Kelly. We were wet. We left everything back there, and we drove home, and we got in the house, and I'm still trying to just keep calm. I went in the room where it was cool, sat down with the EpiPen next to my leg, and I just waited. I'm like, okay, as soon as I feel any sort of closing happen on, I'm going for it.
Because you don't want to waste an Epi?
I just didn't like the feeling. I remember it just was not a good feeling.
So after the EpiPen, what do you feel? You feel nauseous? What do you feel?
I felt like my heart rate was really high, and my mood was really weird for like a week after that. It just it felt, I just didn't feel right.
And you think that's from the Epi, not from the bee?
I don't know.
I've never
it could have been
asked
from the
anybody who's gotten injected with an Epi. I don't know.
Yeah, because that was the only time I've ever used an EpiPen or been stung by a bee, so it could have been one or the other. But I just remember it was just not a good vibe.
Yeah,
I wonder, is an EpiPen something that people should have on hand, even if just for guests that might come over? I don't have one in my. I've never owned one. I've never seen it.
Usually people, when they're allergic, I guess
But I mean, like having one on hand, like if you have somebody in your home, like like a fire extinguisher just in case.
Maybe that might not be.
Yeah, I mean, and they do expire, so you would have to renew it every year or so. I forget how long they last.
Are all EpiPens like this? Like if you're allergic to bees, but something happens